Aren't we lucky? In my 40s, I learned how to put on makeup. Not well, but passably okay. I needed help from people on platforms that weren't built when I first learned how, the wrong way. It wasn't even right for my young face, even when I wanted to look older, match my Gothic innards to a bygone age. Ahead of my time, but behind the ball. I needed products that weren't invented yet, styles generated by the next generation. My sister and I skipped the family ice cream trip so as not to miss an episode of Star Trek at the time of broadcast. I scheduled waking hours of my maternity leave around airings of Quantum Leap during my first pregnancy. I can't count the days I have remaining, so there can't be fewer of them, but there's definitely less. I can't tell yet if I'm waning, but I'm in this phase where I want to be congratulated every day on being so pretty. Gold on the waterline brings light to the eye. Mascara goes on in myriad swipes. An iced pink sparkle in Cupid's bow livens red-stained lips. A nude crayon on the outer rim prevents feathering. How do we party during the apocalypse? We sell ad space on our suit jackets. The bride is fine with this, as long as she gets a pair of white leather slingback Prada pumps out of it. I priced them online, $1,200. Seems like that's been the price of a luxury pair of shoes for forever. Holly Williams tried to sell me boots for $1,200 at White's Mercantile right after it opened in the old gas station on the corner. Not Holly in person, but I liked her boots, so I took it personally. Whatever. As long as I could get the Christian bookstore shut down. As long as the mosque could stay. But the tall, skinny wave took the black churches too. The Alt Weekly covered it first page. That doesn't stop the red lines. Blood in the waters become the tide. A pair of shoes left on the sidewalk in rapture as they disappear from telephone wires in the part of town my mom and boss thought too sketchy to buy a house when I got that 20 thou after a tumor decimated my best friend's brain. He who showed me I always have a home, even if I can't put my stuff down without it walking away. I've traded a pair of shoes for a bicycle. I've priced apartments for less online. There's fewer of them these days anyway. Just the ones where my drug-addicted friends slummed in West Nashville, remodeled now but still flimsy. Or I imagine the ones off Lafayette, near Lewis Street, where the devil lives, where it flooded. With a white face, I watched them put a chihuahua in a paper bag and blow smoke at him. With my face painted white, I fought my way into prom with 2 dates, 1 mask, 1 femme. If one of the doormen hadn't been by, we would have never gotten in. We wore our oddity as emblem, hearts on sleeves, scars on wrists, spikes protecting tender bits. Punk may not be nice, but it's the kindest. We called it hydro when we smoked it, when our edges weren't the straightest. We might not be the original extremists, but we were carrying on the anti-tradition. Even at my corporate gig, I kept it indie, chafed at authority, rebelled out of and back into irresponsible notions of a daydream nation. Imagine. On the afternoon that I slayed the fitness dragon, my neighbor told me I looked good with the weight I'd put on. I'm happy for everyone who's happy that I got fat, which I guess makes me fat and happy. I'm happy for everyone who got old instead of dead. Ideas I've had about myself echoing. Brains don't like change, but brains like novelty. So novelty is the constant we must maintain for our brains to find us likable anyway, amid the constant change. I can spend my life wishing for cat power to cover these boots are made for walkin', for a lingerie dress-up sleepover party in a vintage New York apartment, for a bus tub filled with water in the desert, for galoshes in it. And there she is, Chan Marshall, singing, materializing, a wavy oasis appearing there in the boots, in the tub, in the desert, in the dream I'm having that lasts a lifetime. Aren't we lucky that we could still have it?